Welcome back to Stimulus Today, the channel where we are trying to get paid, your one-stop shop for all things stimulus. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe, and share to keep you and yours up to date on all things stimulus check and stimulus relief. Donald Trump has tripled down on $2,000 stimulus checks, urging leaders to pass the checks now. He had an interview with Fox News where he said he wanted stimulus checks to pass. He wants them bigger than everyone else. And if Democrats wanted checks, they would have had them passed by now. Who knows what's truth and what's lies at this point? All I know is he's saying he wants checks. I'm saying I want checks. You're probably saying you want checks. Let's get some darn checks and get the people paid. Get the people who are out of work, having probably the worst years of their life, get them some money and give them some relief. You know, these stimulus checks could easily be added into one of those two new bills that bipartisan group had proposed today, you know, the $900 billion bills. Just slide a stimulus check in there. You know, you add about $180 billion into that bill and boom, we can make it happen. But, you know, that's right. Just a few short weeks before what little support the government gave us during this pandemic runs out. And they're still pitching new ideas left and right. They can't even agree amongst themselves. They can't even agree amongst their own parties, let alone among the bipartisan lines. This is just absurd. No one even seems to be remotely on the same page here. Leaders of the House and the Senate are so stuck on what they want, they won't listen to not only the cries of the American people, of you watching my channel, Stimulus Now, but they also won't listen to the expert advice from their colleagues and professionals in other fields. They aren't listening to the economists. They aren't listening to the Fed, the Treasury. I mean, you've got no legislators writing legislation. Like, what's going on here? Everyone needs to stay in their lanes and take the advice from those around them. They're there to give you the advice because you're not the expert on this. The economists are the experts on this. Maybe they know a thing or two about the economy. We would be well into this K-shaped recovery right now if relief would have been passed months ago. I mean, K-shaped isn't necessarily the best thing because that just means the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer. But at least a K-shaped recovery is better than no recovery. Sure, things are going to eventually get better, but how many people need to suffer for politicians to save face? How many people have lost their homes? How many businesses can't reopen because no people have money to spend on them? It's just insane. Many senators and leaders have pledged to stay in office for as long as it takes to pass relief. Bernie Sanders said they should not go back to their respective homes for Christmas break until everyone received their $1,200 stimulus checks, or $2,400 for couples. I fully support this no vacations rule until they get the work done. I mean, maybe we should pause their salaries. How would they like it if they didn't get a salary until they worked out a deal? You know, we would have a deal immediately. COVID vaccines are also rolling out today. Health service workers are the first ones in line. And we just passed 300,000 deaths due to COVID. We most certainly need relief and possibly these vaccines. 150 distribution centers across the country will begin to receive and distribute the vaccines that need to be kept at sub-zero temperatures. What do you guys think about how quickly they got this vaccine out? Do you trust it? I've read some new technology was used allowing them to achieve the quick turnaround, but I'm just not totally sure on it yet. You know, they say the effectiveness rate is better than even normal vaccines, but it just feels like a risk to me. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll end up getting it, maybe not. What are your thoughts on it? So I'm going to keep an eye out for Congress's meeting today and let you guys know the results tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to get those results.